Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Piotr here. This is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. It's 10th of December 2019 and we are getting closer to the London Open. We are going to check and update cable, and we are going to check what is going on the gold side. So let's start with the cable right here, right now. Okay, so we were discussing the possibilities with the cable yesterday. So finally we hit the high which has been created on the 3rd of May 2019, all right? And as you can see, there was an attempt to move higher. We hit some stops and we saw the pullback upper shadow towards the end of the session. Okay, so let's place let's place the line. It's a daily green color. All right, so we hit those stops and we saw the rejection towards the end of the day, right? So of course, because of that upper shadow, some might be tempted to, yeah, let's try to sell it, right? Well, that was my idea, actually. That is my idea still, but I would be very, very careful, and I'm going to show you within the next few minutes why. But before we will jump to the short side, let's discuss the long side. What might happen in case of the breakout here, right? So in case we are going to get above, right, if we are going to break this high and close above, what next? Well, I've been looking on the chart for a while, and to be honest with you, the only scenario here for me is to eventually to rise towards 3260, but well, I think that we might see after the break here, we might see as high as levels close to 33.50. All right, so in case we are going to close here above, right, then I think those upper shadows are gonna be targeted, right, based on this flag formation we discussed yesterday here, right? Okay, so there is a long way to go. Now, of course, the trigger for that might be the UK election, okay? But, well, first thing first, we have to get daily close, in my opinion. Daily close, let's say 20, 30 pips above this green line, above this 31.75. So we are talking about the levels closer to 32.10, 32.20, okay? So that's how I see the things, and in case we're really going to get that high, okay, today, so let's say that's gonna be our daily close like this, all right? So then we have a space to make the pullback, eventually continue towards 33.50. All right, so that's the plan in case of the breakout, right, which is going to be confirmed at the end of the day with the close above 32. Now, I like some kind of the pullback here ahead of the UK election, all right? And well, what could be the target, right, for today and tomorrow? Don't forget that we have UK election on Thursday, right? And on Wednesday we do have USDJPY and FOMC. And based on what we got last week, especially from the non-farm payrolls perspective, I do not expect any kind of the huge dovishness from the Powell and his company, right? So, well, if we are going to see stronger dollar, right, we might see retest of 130. We might see retest of the top of that, let's call it flag, all right? But of course, important thing is that we have to break through first, break through Friday low, all right, post non-farm payrolls levels. If we are going to break and close below today, then this flag could be in play Wednesday, Thursday, and then all about the UK election, right? Unusual times. I've been pointing this quite a few times. The liquidity. It's last week of 2019 where the liquidity might be, well, good, right? So we will see. From the intraday perspective, the thing here is that this latest weakness still supporting buyers, right? I've been thinking, and we discussed this, I've been thinking that it might be enough to close below this breakout candle and we get that close, but this latest weakness still supporting pound, right? So I like the idea with the upper shadow and rejection, but I'm going to wait and see after the UK data today if we can have GDP and industrial production, both expectations are better. If we can somehow hit yesterday high, so cleaning more stops towards 32, right? And then, and only then, to see either like this or like this. Rejection towards 30, 90, and 30 discussed before, right? And that would be something from the intraday perspective, this type of untested demand. Well, sounds easy. We'll see if it's going to go that way. Let's switch quickly to gold. All right. Well, we broke through some levels. I thought we are not going to break. I'm talking, for example, about this low from the 30th of September, and we are talking about the 1464.5. All right. So of course we broke after the stronger payrolls. There was yesterday there was an attempt to get back, but upper shadow. So I do expect some lower levels as long as on a daily basis, I'm talking about the daily close, right? We are below these levels. So the broken 65, right? And that might bring my next level into play. And what I would like to show you here is this, some kind of the consolidation ahead of the break, right? Ahead of this break, all right? So, well, this type of the consolidation we never got back and test, right? And inside this consolidation there are two levels I'm going to watch very carefully, all right? The first one is this break, all right? The first one is this break, which been tested somewhere here, right? Now, if we are going to get back into that idea about this consolidation, so the next thing is the 50% of that consolidation and those upper shadows, right? And the bottom of that pullback. From the 2nd of August, all right? And it also might work very nicely with this falling trend line. So I do expect post FOMC a little bit deeper levels on the gold, right? And then the break. That's the basic scenario. There is one more possible scenario that we are going, let me change the color, that we are going to make the break within the next few days, then pull back into that level, right? Then pull back into that level, and then rally off that one. So in both cases, I do expect, as long as we are holding these levels, I do expect higher prices on a gold, either towards the end of the year or beginning of in January 2020. All right, guys, don't be trapped. Subscribe to the channel, right, and be informed about the next video. Have a great London session. See you around, guys.